Hi everyone, I'm Theresa V, and this is the place to be if you are a sensitive empath who wants to have more energy and feel more alive in this world that you love. In this video, we'll be talking about simple things that you can do to ease the transition from summer into fall, and we'll be discussing why that's so difficult for so many of us. By the end, you'll have the tools that you need for a successful transition. Stay tuned. The transition from summer to fall tends to be the most difficult one for sensitives, and here's why. Most of us are prone to anxiety. As we transition from summer to fall, no matter where we live, the air starts to get cooler and drier, and what we call the vata energy, which is that cool, dry wind energy, starts to increase. As this increases outside of us, it increases inside of us, which exacerbates any issues that one might have with anxiety, with joint pain, or with digestion, gas, bloating. This is also the time of year where seasonal allergies very often present themselves. The tips I'll be discussing with you today can help with all of these things. This is where your sensitivity can be your best asset. Through simple shifts and changes, you can dramatically alter the course of events that happens in your life. And your body needs to function at the highest possible level to be able to hold the energy and do the work that is required at this time. Number 1, eat seasonally. I can't stress this enough. The things that are naturally growing in the area where you're living are the antidote to everything your body will experience in the shift in seasons at any time of the year. This is especially important in the summer and in the fall. This is a great strategy right now. As we move into this cooler, more anxiety-inducing energy, there are more root vegetables that are growing in most areas. These more grounding foods, along with warming spices, help our bodies to naturally navigate this cooler, drier, more ungrounded energy that comes with the change in this season. This is why pumpkin spice is so popular. Those warming spices do exactly what we need to ground us and help us feel less anxious at this time of year. There's also the emotional aspect, the hominess of the smell of these types of spices and baking, and this feeling is grounding for us. It opens our heart and it makes us feel less anxious, hearkening back to a time where we felt loved, surrounded, and supported. These spices and the smells that come along with them can have a tremendous emotional effect. Number 2 is hydration. It is really important to stay well hydrated. Because the weather isn't as warm as it has been, many of us trail off in drinking enough water. So we need to pay attention. A good rule of thumb is to attempt to drink half of your ideal body weight in ounces every single day. So if your ideal body weight is 200 pounds, you're drinking 100 ounces of water. When we say ideal body weight, it's not the ideal body weight that's in your head, it's the ideal body weight that is attainable for you. Then for every beverage that you consume that has a dehydrating effect on your body, such as coffee or caffeinated teas, drink 16 additional ounces for every 8-ounce beverage. A good technique to make sure you are well hydrated is to keep boiled water with you throughout the day and to sip it every 10 to 15 minutes, just a couple of sips. Make sure that it stays hot. This will have a tremendously detoxifying effect on your body if you continue this for 2 full weeks. If that's too far out of the scope of possibility for you, in conjunction with drinking your recommended amount of daily ounces, then just let that go. It's more important that you continuously drink the right amount of water to start. And then later on, when you have that down, you can add the warm water to the mix. Staying well hydrated will improve so many areas of your life. It will keep your skin less dry. It will help you to digest much better than you otherwise would, especially as we move into the season where we're eating heavier foods. It will also help to keep you clear, flexible, and supple as we move into a season that can increase dryness and rigidity as well as mucus in your system. Number 3 is a nasal wash. You've probably heard of a neti pot. You might even have used one or use one in your daily practice. This is a great way to clear and clean the nasal passages and the sinuses right here. However, as we move into the fall, and as we also deal with a global pandemic where there's a virus that is multiplying in our nasal passages, we might want to deepen that cleansing practice. These sinus cavities, the ones that they're testing when they go up your nose with the COVID test, those are the ones that the neti pot cannot reach. So if you would like to deepen the cleaning of your nasal passages, of your sinuses, the best way to do that is to cup your hands like this and fill them with water. It can be salt water, it can be distilled water, it can be tap water, depending on where you live and which you feel is the safest for you. Doing this in the shower works the best, and you'll see why. When your hands are filled with water, you just place the hands underneath the nose and you suck that water up through the nose, and it'll go all the way up to here, and you'll start to cough it out. It'll come out your nose, it'll come out your mouth, and anything that's blocking those nasal passages, those sinus passages, will come out with it. This is why it's best to do this in the shower. Everything will then just wash down the drain and everything can be easily cleaned. If you've never done this before, it will feel like you are drowning. It will not feel good in the beginning. You will probably release a lot. But I guarantee you, if you're prone to sinus infections, if you're prone to colds, this will cause a dramatic shift in your life. Over time, it will get easier. I promise you, after a couple of weeks of doing this daily, your body will know what to expect and it will relax and it will not be as painful as it is in the beginning. This purification technique over time will shift and change so much of what you've experienced before. Number 4 is tongue scraping. Everyone has seen that white coating that's on your tongue when you wake up in the morning. This is called ama. These are impurities. This is detox that your body is doing overnight while you're sleeping. So everything on your tongue is something that your body is trying to push out and discard. These are things that your body couldn't digest or couldn't make use of. When we scrape our tongues, we remove those impurities from our system before we swallow them again. This is why it's so important to do this as soon as you wake up. Another benefit is that there are points on the tongue that correlate to every single organ in the body. And as you scrape the tongue, you're stimulating all of your organs to wake up and to function. It's like a massage that you're giving them through scraping your tongue. If you've never heard of this before or you're not sure how to go about it, it doesn't have to be complicated. There are several ways that you can do this. I'm going to show you a couple of options right now. This is a traditional copper tongue scraper. You just hold it like this, you stick out your tongue, and you go from back to front 7 times, but know that you're doing this gently. You're not pushing it and grabbing and scraping really hard. You're doing it very gently, so the only thing coming off is that white coating, and you'll see it gather on the inside of the tongue scraper, and then you just wash it, you clean it, and then you can just leave it there for tomorrow. This is another option. This is basically the same kind of thing. This is stainless steel. You would work it the same way. You're scraping 7 times very gently. You can purchase any of these things online, but if you don't want to do that and you want to try this and see if this even works for you, you can use a simple spoon. We all have a spoon somewhere in our lives. Make sure that it's a metal spoon and make sure that the edge is not too pointy. It should be pretty blunt. And you're going to take it and do the same thing. You're turning the spoon upside down and you're just going to gently scrape 7 times, and all of the ama, all of that white stuff will accumulate on the inside of the spoon. The best part is you can just wash it off and throw it in the dishwasher and then it's cleansed. Or you can wash it off with soap and water and have your special spoon for scraping your tongue every day. One of the many benefits that people don't realize when we scrape our tongue is that by taking this ama off, by taking these impurities off of our tongue, we're eliminating so many cravings. Very often when we have cravings for things, our body's not asking for it. It's our emotions that are requesting those things. And so our body doesn't know what to do with them, especially if it's junk food or something we wouldn't normally eat. Let's say you don't normally eat cheese and you eat something with cheese in it. The next morning, chances are that coating on your tongue will taste a lot like cheese. As you remove this, you will not be craving those same things in the same way. The reason we crave them even more is because that taste sits on our tongue. Our body has pushed it out, it's on the tongue, and now we're tasting it over and over again. So because we're tasting it, our mind wants more of it. And this is a big thing. If you're looking to clean up the way you eat for any reason, whether it be weight loss or health reasons, or you just want to change what you're putting into your system, this is a great way to do it. Start scraping your tongue and you will see the effects immediately. Day 1. Number 5. It seems very simple, but it's something we forget all the time. Conscious breathing. Take moments through your day, even if it's just to take 2 to 3 deep breaths. No special way. For the purposes of ease and for the purposes of having it be something that we do every day. It's just 1 deep inhalation and 1 long, slow exhalation. 2 to 3 of those breaths taken consciously, just like that, can change the way you're feeling at any time. You will begin to be in control again. You'll reset your body, you'll reset your mind, and most of all, you will reset your nervous system. It's magic. The breath is the tool we have with us every single moment of every single day, from the time we're born to the time we leave this body. And it's something that we take for granted. It's something that is so natural to us. But over the past 1.5 years, we've seen how important it is. And so now, first of all, reestablishing our connection with the breath helps us to be in gratitude for being able to even take a breath. Number 2, it helps us come back to a place where we're calm and we can operate from clarity. We can make choices and decisions. We can take actions instead of falling victim to reactions. Taking those 2 to 3 conscious breaths, you can do more. You can do 5 if you want, you can do 10, whatever is attainable to you. Doing this will have incredible impact on your clarity and your performance throughout the day. Try any or all of these 5 things and let me know what's working for you as you transition from summer to fall. We expect so much more of ourselves than we do other people. So we tend to take on much more than we would recommend anyone else do. For that reason, I want to tell you, choose which one of these things or which 2 of them are calling out to you. Those are the ones that are the most resonant right now, and pay special attention to them. Really focus in on them. Do them with consciousness and see the impact that they have. Then if you feel called to add the next layer or to add another one, then do that. But when we try to do too much at once, we're setting ourselves up for failure because it's too much to take on. So we are much more likely to just give up and not do anything. It works better when we choose one and we build on it. That is the way that change is most attainable. I cannot wait to see the successful shift that you have from summer to fall. If you're feeling that more energy work, more energetic support, and more aligned community would help you to take the next steps in your life, then I invite you to check out the membership with Theresa V. In the membership, you'll receive energy work every single day, and you'll be connected to a loving community of heart-centered light workers just like you, who can help you to learn to receive the love and support that you deserve and that you so willingly give to others. You can find out more about the membership by tapping the link in the description of this video or in the comments below. I look so forward to being able to serve you and to help you to be the shining beacon of light that you are on this planet at this time. Thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing these videos out every month far and wide. I'm so grateful for you, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Bye, everyone.